People, right before this show started, we just landed a massive deal. What's that deal everybody was saying? What deal you're talking about? Brown Dwarf himself has decided to join the most exciting cartoon series that everybody's ever seen. As of a couple minutes ago, he agreed to play not a simple little creature, not a little ant in the ground. He's going to be playing a god, Zeus himself.
God himself.
Beneath us. I mean, how exciting, people, is that? That you all know Brown Dwarf, but he's also going to be one of the most powerful gods in the world, Zeus.
Hell yeah.
Who's in his mind wants to take over not just Earth, not just the universe. Zeus, for whatever reason, Brown Dwarf wants to take over heaven itself.
Yep.
Man, talk about greed. He's like, I'll be the cartoon, but I want to take over heaven. I want only be me. As
I want it all.
Talk about dreams, right? So we're gonna make that happen. Actually, I'll give you guys a little hint. The script has been written last night by Connor and I. The script's gonna be sent out to all the cast of Bigfoot, Michigan. Rob's gonna be playing Lucifer. Accurate Cross is gonna be playing. Yes, you heard it here. Jesus Christ. Accurate Cross, yes, is playing Jesus Christ. Why can't a female be Jesus? We're not prejudiced against nothing. Jesus is going to have a woman's voice, and I'm so proud of it. So proud of it. And that's going to be coming in the day where I'm thinking about making it a premiere is not this Sunday, but the following Sunday night. So when we get the voices, we can correct it. It'd be ready for Sunday. So the cartoon episode 7, The Battle for Heaven, is coming. So a little exciting news. And for whatever reason, I keep want to recast Anthony's as Bigfoot, but with the gods and the world universe says, hell no. Anthony will ever be known as Barry the Bigfoot.
Barry the Bigfoot.
But beyond that, guys, we're talking about paranormal encounters. We're talking about the Bigfoot encounters that don't have the physical memory that we can remember outright being abducted, seeing it. We're talking about knowing that you've been abducted. You know paranormal exists somehow through your dreams. Lucid dreams, And the question is, what is a lucid dream? And I got first video I'm going to show is real quick. It's called what is lucid dreaming with psychic abilities? So I found one with a little twist in it, with a little psychic ability. So, and here it is. So this is what is lucid dreaming? So we got to understand what is the dreams? What is it called? How does it work in a way to try to understand is there a reason why we're having these lucid dreams? Is it just in our heads, kind of like the Mandela effect? Is it really false memories, or is it really something that we're not grasping? So here's a little video of what is lucid dreaming.
What is lucid dreaming? Now, lucid literally means clear. Dreaming one thinks of as being only when you're completely asleep. However, with practice, some people do it naturally, but with practice, there is that sort of in-between stage where you are aware that you...
Listen to her. She said with practice. So this is something that you can actually make it better, stronger for yourself. And I know Anthony's going to say something about it because I think he mentioned behind the scenes that he's been working on techniques on his dreams. So listen to her, and then we'll get Anthony's point of view about what he's been doing on trying to increase the lucid dreaming.
You are dreaming. And in that state, you can, if you so choose, guide your dream. It can be taught through meditation. But I said, the easiest way I experience it, and I enjoy it, let me give you an example. that happened quite recently. In my dream, it was a light dream. I was sitting with a girlfriend discussing a wedding date. But as I was talking to her, I thought, but she passed away last summer. So I was engaged in a conversation with her, but I also logically knew she was no longer with us on this plane. And then it was as if we were in a coffee shop. I was walking out, and a couple of people coming towards me to come into the coffee shop, and there was a glass door. And the other side of the door, clear as crystal, no pun intended, I saw my brother. In a split second, of course, I recognized him, but I also knew that he's no longer with us. It's that state between dreaming where you can recall what you have dreamt. There are ways of counting down to get into that state. You can imagine yourself, for example, drifting down a river. Some people think it's useful before you put yourself into the state to give yourself an objective. What do you wish to experience in that state? Some people work out problems and issues. Other people just let it flow. It's not one thing for one people. Again, it's that state you are dreaming, but you also, you're dreaming.
That is for me, that is so interesting, just because knowing the fact that can we learn to control our dreams? Sometimes, when I dream, I just dream, but dreaming is that part of the world where, first of all, nobody has control over your dream. No governments, no taxes, none of that crap. Dreaming is the one thing that's free. But trust me, if the government can find a way to tax you if you're dreaming, they probably would.
100%. That'll be next.
But I have not mastered, be honest with you guys, I have not mastered my dreams where I could create it and do whatever I want in my dream. If I can, I'll probably have 10 million women saying I'm their god, but that hasn't happened. But beyond that, so Anthony and Brown Dwarf, Anthony. So we'll start with you, Anthony, first. What do you think about lucid dreaming, and are you learning to try to control the dream? Because I know you have had nightmares yourself with abductions and stuff, and you really see more of it in your dreams. So have you been trying to learn how to control the dreams?
Yeah, well, lucid dreaming is not so much nightmare. It's more or less you come out of your body in like spirit form, astral form, and you can pretty much travel anywhere you want, and you can change the entire narrative of your dream. So that's what lucid dreaming is, right? You can do that by meditation before bed, or just meditation in general can allow you to come out and have a lucid state. Or when you're asleep, there's different ways to try to come out in astral form and do those different things. I haven't mastered that yet, but I have done it before. The first time I did it, I noticed myself floating out of my body and looking at myself. And I didn't realize I was dreaming for, I guess, however long it was. And then I realized this is a dream. And once I realized this was a dream, I had full control. But when I say full control, when you first start to do it, you don't understand what full control means. You know what I mean? You think you could fly, so you could fly. You think you can be at a theme park that's your favorite roller coaster ride and you're on it. Or you want to go to...
He must be dreaming right now.
Yeah,
wow.
You can do everything.
There we go.
It's cool, man. It's really cool experience. Sorry, my internet shot. I got the guy coming Saturday to bring me new boxes, so I may be in and out a little bit.
No problem. Are you going to be installing your with a real Cat 5, or are you still going wireless?
This computer doesn't have nowhere to plug in a Cat 5 wire.
Ooh,
it's just a monitor on the iMac.
Oh, you got to get one of those adapters. Yeah.
So I got to get a one of those things that boost the signal. But I got brand new router boxes coming on Saturday, so that should help. The new update boxes and
that's awesome. So Brown Dwarf, have you been experiencing anything through your dreams, and have you been trying to control your dreams?
Definitely not control them, but definitely have had a lot of weird dreams throughout my life. And there's been certain ones where I felt like I've had a little bit of control and positive dreams. And then some little negative where you feel like you're being chased by something, and but you're able to have these abilities of either being able to move fast and fly or jump and
Superman
stuff.
strength.
And yeah, but yeah, so I find that very interesting. And yeah, dreams, man, it's a whole portal in itself, you know. It can go so many ways. And as of late, I haven't been remembering my dreams, but I have had some gnarly ones where you titled the show, you know, I think it was like aliens and paranormal, where that was related, you know, to the dream, those types of possible events. And I wasn't sure if I was fully dreaming or awake. It was just kind of weird, man. But and I definitely remember those as well. So
If I could give everybody one tip, do not ever eat chocolate before you go to sleep. It's a fact that if you eat chocolate before you go to sleep, you're going to have a nightmare or a very dream that's very intense.
Wow. Well, I've heard even having a heavy meal, especially like if a meat is involved, I've heard before bed could lead to nightmares as well. I don't know if it's true.
Well, they say that you should eat about 3 to 4 hours before you go to sleep, so your body has time to adjust it, so it doesn't interrupt you while you're sleeping. So I can see all that. Now I got this other video here that's called "How to Control Your Dreams with Lucid Dreaming." Any story may. So basically, this is a short video of how to control your dreams. Now, of course, there's 10 million videos out there about how to control dreams. I found the shortest one because, you know, I'm not going to show a 30-minute video here of how to
being chased by monsters, an infinite fall from the sky, being naked in public. Why we exactly dream is still a question for modern science. But dreams can sometimes take on strange shapes. They often feel random and completely out of your control. An average person has 2,190 dreams a year. Wouldn't it be...
Hold on, guys. You hear that? 2,190 dreams a year. Just think about that. How many days are in a year? What, 365 days? So on average, that would have to be almost 3 to 4 dreams a night.
Easy.
So just right there alone, that's kind of a trippy thing, because I always think I had one dream, you know, but technically you have sometimes multiple dreams. I always hate it when you dream, then you realize in your dream that you're thinking it's a dream inside your dream. A dream of
That's freaky.
like those, like, am I dreaming? Then I realize I'm dreaming that.
Some dreams only last a couple seconds, but they really feel like they were hours, you know?
Yeah. Here we go.
Awesome to get a bit more control over them? Lucid dreaming is a scientifically documented state of dreaming which enables you to become aware of your dreams while dreaming and enhance this experience by gaining control over the narrative, characters, and environment. Sounds cool, right? But lucid dreaming is not only about having fun. It enables people to experience whatever they're afraid of without facing the consequences. Therefore, it can be used for overcoming a phobia or trauma, or the treatment of PTSD and nightmares. So, how does it work? Our sleep consists of 5 different stages, which repeat themselves every 90 minutes. The 5th and final stage in this cycle is the rapid eye-moving stage. This is where dreams occur. Your eyes move rapidly around, and your brain is highly active. However, your body is relaxed. The moment you start to become conscious of dreaming, you tend to wake up and you leave the REM stage. Your dream is then lost. There are several practices and techniques which allow you to gain control whilst remaining in the REM stage. Some of the most common exercises include keeping track of a dream journal and perform reality checks regularly. This trains your brain's awareness.
I'm just pressing pause for a second because I have had, I'm forgetting her name, Florence, who's a dream writer, dream children book writer, adult book writer. She's always on my show before said that if you know you have a lot of dreams, it's the best to have a book a notebook next to
journal,
you.
yeah.
So as soon as you wake up, you write down exactly what's in your dreams, because throughout the day, you start forgetting some of your dreams, depending on how heavy that dream was. There's some dreams you can always remember, but there's those dreams that you wake up and by an hour, you forgot what you're dreaming about. So get a notebook. As soon as you wake up, write down what you saw in your dream. Have your own journal. And then you can try to look for patterns of anything within the dream. So I just wanted to pause it right there. It's only got a little bit left to go.
While dreaming, it allows you to become a lucid dreamer. Want to try it yourself? Check out our infographic in the link below. Like what you see?
So, the video is not exactly tells exactly the techniques to do it for dreaming, but that was a cute little video. I'm sure right now, who's Paranormal Chop Shop, he's probably like, man, if I learn how to lucid dream, maybe I could be in a hot tub with two girls beside me. You know? I'm just saying.
Those are the kind of dreams I'm talking about, man.
But some people, especially if you're in the military, police officer, there's certain positions that you do develop PTSD. I wish nobody has to, but they are, I've been diagnosed with PTSD from the military. I'm not ashamed to say. And
I have it as well.
And there's a lot of people who I know who try to learn to control the dreams because it helps them in a lot of ways if you can control your dream. Because some people do have nightmares, some people don't. But if you can learn what the nightmares are through some training, they say you could get rid of the nightmares from your dreams. And that's a healing process. Anthony just said himself that he's not ashamed to say, he has some PTSD. So the training you've been doing, Anthony, has it helped you with your PTSD by any chance?
Meditation does. Meditation helps a lot.
Ricky Morales is very huge in
he actually got me really started on doing it every day. Every day.
I've been practicing myself as of late. I've always known about it. I've always been around people who have practiced it, and I never really took action in my life to do it. There are several times. I'm totally into going to hot springs. You're mentioning the chicks in the pool. I love hot tubbing. My father-in-law owns one. And yeah, hot springs, getting massages, stuff like that. And I've meditated before, but as of late, I've really been learning, as for myself, how to do it, and it's been working wonders, man. I've been feeling great. I was going through a bad period in my life where a lot of stuff was happening. And I was just like, man, I need to take a step back and assess what's going on. And the meditation has been working wonders. You guys, I recommend it. There's some cool music you could play to it out there on YouTube. You guys check it out. There's binaural beats and some other DMT meditations. I was going to mention also the video was talking about REM sleep towards the end. And according to Dr. Rick Strassman, he did some research on DMT, which is a powerful psychedelic, if not the most powerful psychedelic. And dreams, because according to him, it's possible that the pineal gland secretes dimethyltryptamine, which is DMT, during heavy REM sleep. So basically saying we're all tripping on DMT when we're sleeping, and we're all holding DMT, by the way.
Yeah.
My biggest problem is, I'm not ashamed to say, I've been, of course, diagnosed with bad ADD, where my brain just keeps going, keeps spinning. That's why I used to have problems even trying to go to sleep, because I can't calm down my brain. So I have attempted at meditation, and it seems like every time I try to attempt meditation, I can't focus my mind on blankness. I have to. My brain just starts going off, thinking this and this and this. So, what would you recommend, Brown Dwarf? Like you're saying with some stuff, is music your number one thing that makes your brain slow down, or?
And that's a good question, Eric. It's a really good question because there's a lot of things that could distract you, right? And so what I've been learning is that it's cool to focus on one thing. So it could even be like the air conditioner in the room, birds. I like to go outside and focus on the birds. And I'm in the city right now, so you get all. Sometimes I wake up and you got all, dude. There's drilling, the dump truck.
I live by the airport.
Sirens,
you hear airplanes.
I'll tell you, Eric.
And
Xanax works wonders for me when I meditate.
But yeah, you got to find something, bro, to focus on, and you know, whether it's the music, and you could pull it off, and little by little, take it. You know, sometimes you start maybe 5 minutes. And you just keep working your way up, man.
You know what's weird? This might sound weird. You know, sometimes when you try to go to bed at night, you know, you'll play some rain sounds or whatever in the background and stuff. And you know, I try to play mellow music, right? I don't get to sleep. For whatever reason, if I put headphones on and I listen to hard rock music, because I love hard rock, heavy metal music. Heavy metal, hard rock music, how weird as it is, helps me sleep.
Really?
I could fall asleep. And then I read a study. There was a documentary about the history of heavy metal music, and these colleges put these things on these people's heads. Like they put a heavy metal guy, they put classical music in his head. Right. Does not mellow out. But as soon as they put, I guess you want to call it headbangers music, whatever you want to call it, he calms down. Wow. It's like so I've learned through that documentary that it's something different for everybody. It's even if you think the hardest music in the world you think it's going to wake you up, but for some people that's their calm place. That's their, you know, it's like going to a concert. I feel more mojo, more better when I'm at my hard rock concert than. Don't hate me for this. Don't hate me. Don't judge me. I took my daughter to Taylor Swift concert before.
Oh boy. And
I don't feel comfortable there, but at a hard rock concert, I feel very comfortable and very calm. So when I saw that in a documentary, I'm like, that makes sense because I would listen some Kiss music at night or whatever. So Creedence Clearwater Revival, and it would put me to sleep more than classical music.
Whatever works, right?
Whatever works.
Whatever works.
Now, I'm playing this next video. I want people to understand this. I'm not playing this to be a skeptic or anything, but I was talking to Anthony, you know, to understand everything, you do got to listen to a skeptic point of view. This one, the skeptic point of view on this one is called If You Get Sleep Paralysis, whatever.
Paralysis.
Your eyes, yeah. They're saying that's there's a reason on why we're having these alien abduction and the paranormal. So it is more of a skeptic video, but I believe in listening to all sides. Now that I think this video was put out to
it's all
say,
bullshit, that video you put on there.
You're not really having it. This is the reason. But
yeah, right.
I still believe in listening to it all. So here's the skeptic side of it.
Hello? Is anybody there? I can't move. Why can't I move? Hello? Somebody help me, please.
The following is the first video in a 12-part series on disturbing sleep disorders. In this first video, we'll be discussing sleep paralysis, what causes it, and how it affects the body. Sleep paralysis is a feeling of being conscious but unable to move. It occurs when a person passes between stages of wakefulness and sleep. In the Philippines, sleep paralysis is often referred to as the bangungot, and some folklore has even suggested that people have died from this. Sleep paralysis happens during REM sleep when the body is temporarily immobilized. This immobilization occurs as a natural way to prevent us from acting out our dreams and potentially injuring ourselves. But the paralysis normally goes away once the body is roused when we awaken. When experiencing sleep paralysis, however, the mind wakes up often several minutes before the body does. and thus the body is still paralyzed despite the mind being fully conscious. The experience can be terrifying, and it often coincides with sleep hallucinations, where reports of an evil presence are common. Also commonly associated with the experience are the feelings of being crushed or choked. These sensations have given sleep paralysis a firm place in the world of paranormal folklore, and also in the world of UFO and alien mythology. So why do we experience sleep paralysis? Well, many of us have had it at some point in our lives, and it can sometimes be triggered by anxiety, depression, sleep deprivation, or even certain kinds of medication. The key to dealing with it when it does occur, though, is to not fight it and instead try to relax and take slow, controlled breaths. Then, while remaining calm, attempting to move the extremities such as fingers or toes can often do the trick, as the feeling of paralysis is often less prevalent in these parts of the body. So that's it for part 1 of our 12-part series.
Now, there's some things he says I do understand about if you're in that state, because I used to get in that state, especially with a lot of camping trips in the mountains. I mentioned that before in my show, that there'd be a lot of times I'm in a tent and I can't move for whatever reason. But I like how they slipped in, like, during that, you're hallucinating. So if you feel something paranormal or UFO, that's the reason why. I think that part is bullshit in a way, just because they even said in previous videos that science doesn't fully understand why we even dream. So if they can't fully understand some of the stuff, so you can't say that explains this and that, because it's not fully understand even in the first place. So when you hear that, Anthony, you think we're hallucinating while we're in that state, and that's why some of us might have paranormal and UFO images with us?
I've had sleep paralysis on more than one occasion, and it's normally all auditory hallucination. You're just hearing things happen around you, and you're feeling the fear. I've never visually seen anything while sleep paralysis. You have there's a lot of fear associated with it. You could have auditory hallucination where you can hear somebody walking around your room and things like that. But never once have I physically seen a ghost or a spirit or a anything, demon or alien, and none of that while having sleep paralysis. I've had those experiences and I felt like I was fully awake and able to move.
Yep.
You have sleep paralysis, you cannot move. Okay, that's very important to remember, that you cannot move. But when we have these experiences of being abducted and taken, we're walking around, we're moving around, we're being dragged, we're being brought to other rooms. So that totally ixnays what that guy said for me. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't jive with what happens to us. Right or wrong?
So what do you think, Brown Dwarf?
Yeah, so once again, the guy was mentioning tying REM sleep with sleep paralysis, and I was mentioning the DMT being a psychedelic and possibly being released during REM sleep. And if it's a psychedelic and people are seeing these things during sleep paralysis, maybe it's the dimethyltryptamine that's making them hallucinate. Who knows? I don't know. I was just thinking of that now.
Yeah, but the key word in sleep paralysis is paralysis. You can't move, right?
Right.
So people that are being abducted are moving around.
Okay.
When it happens, you're being taken. So that totally voids out the paralysis part. So that makes no sense for what that guy was saying.
Yeah. But I think I would imagine, because I don't think I've ever been abducted, but I could imagine whoever would abduct someone, and we're thinking aliens right now, would use some sort of something to paralyze people during such an event. I would think, but yeah, who knows?
First of all, I got to say, what I love about both of you is we can come here and have a conversation like this. Not everything is technically all Bigfoots and UFOs, and I appreciate you guys coming on to do this kind of a discussion, because a lot of people said they've had their dreams telling them. Some people have said that they have predicted the future through their dreams. And if that happens, then there's got to be something more to it. If some people say they dreams, or they met some of their family members who passed away through their dreams, and they said things that there's no way nobody would know, even in dreams. So there's something more to dreams that we don't know. Now, we're not the only country, the only world, the only religion that has ideas of dreams. And I'm going to play this last video, and it's the Muslim point of view of dreams. And I want people to be open-minded on this. I know sometimes you play other cultures, religion type of stuff in dreams, and people want to shut off. They want to say stupid things. Don't. Open your ears and listen, because there's a lot of stuff we can learn from other cultures through religion or not. So when you see this, have an open mind, and I know we got the best people in the chat. We got the most educated, the most.
Eric,
what's that?
Excuse me. I want to mention right quick. Also, before we release the paralysis thing, we got to get back to it. So we get into the old hag and the succubus thing right quick.
Oh yeah,
old hag and the succubus thing. He says, "All right, I'm in on that."
Here we go. Oh, shoot. I'm pressing the wrong button. Oops.
Do you know that sleep is actually considered the small minor death? Because according to the correct verses of the Quran, your soul and its attachment to the body in your sleep is not exactly as its attachment when you're awake. Allah says it in the Quran. Allahu yatawaffa al-anfusa hina tamut, souls away 2 times. When a person dies, soul is gone. And when a person sleeps, the soul is taken. How? I don't know. But it's not exactly like that death. It's a smaller, minor death. Do you know why? Allah says, فَيُمْسِكُ الَّتِي قَضَى عَجَلٍ. When you're getting up in the morning, Allah sends back. In fact, He holds the souls of those who've passed away in their sleep. So it's gone. And if death is not written for you in your sleep, you know what He does? He actually sends that soul back for a period of time, because you still have life written next to your name. That means when you're sleeping, your soul and its connection with the body is not the same as when you're awake. Now, when you get up in the morning, Allah's just given you a new day. Allah has given you what? A new day. In order to prove yourself to get closer to Allah, and when you go to sleep that next day, by that time you would have known, did I waste my day or did I use it correctly? If you wasted it, the loss is yours. فَكُلُّ النَّاسِ يَغْدُ.
And the main reason I was just playing that for you guys is even religion have their image of what dreams are there for. Different cultures, different religion. So it is fascinating that I wouldn't even really think that dreams are in a religion Bible, but they are in different. Now, I have not read Bibles. I'm not going to say I am an expert, but Anthony, the Bible schooling that you have gone, does the regular Bible speak of anything about dreams in it?
I don't, to be honest with you, it could. I don't remember ever being taught anything about dreaming in the Catholic religion. Not off the top of my head.
And I'm sure there probably is, Eric, but yeah.
Probably. I can look right now for you quick.
No, it's just fascinating that dreams are bigger than we really think they are. They're everywhere.
I got a Bible right here.
I mean, the Muslim, like saying, it is a small death in a way and all that. So it's interesting how much stuff they put into what a dream is. Somebody wrote, the Bible is packed with dreams.
Mm-hmm. There's Paradox. What's up, brother?
Yeah, but we're talking about if they talk anything specifically about when you dream, when you're in that dream state.
Yeah. Not just a dream of a dream, but it means something. Like you heard the Muslim, their dreams mean something to them. And it's very interesting in that way. And all
that dude had a rad beard, man.
Good. If you listen to what he said, it made total sense. I mean, it did make sense what he was saying.
Yeah,
There is a few minutes more of it if you guys want to hear a few minutes more of it. Or, you know.
I don't mind.
Okay.
No,
فَبَائِعٌ نَفْسَهُ فَمُعْتِقُهَا أَوْ مُوبِقُهَا. Every single one of us, we will come out. We have to actually get up in the morning. We have to do something. We have to go out to achieve. We are breathing. We go to work. We do whatever through the day. You can never ever survive unless you get up out of your sleep and out of your bed. Because you need to eat. You need to go to the bathroom.
That's true.
And so on. And you know what? Allah says, well, during that day, you either sold your soul to the devil or to Allah. Basically, that's in a nutshell the meaning. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to take a little bit of religions and you know, different cultures and whatever makes sense to me and works for me at the moment, man. I put it to use.
Yeah. You can learn something from every culture, every religion, everything. You can take bits and pieces and, you know, and listen, to really understand the world, you got to listen to the world, right? I mean, you can't, otherwise you're closed-minded to whatever you want to hear. You're probably that person, whoever watches TV, puts CNN News. Oh, wow. You know, you got to be more open-minded than that. Or we know better than what you see on TV. God damn, I hate TV right now. I swear to God. I want to put on the news to find out the weather report. Like, are we actually ever going to get rain here now in Seattle? It has rained a half an inch since June. And I put on the news. Oh my God! All it is political ads, all just slamming the other person, slamming, and I'm sitting there like, can these fucking people just come on and say what they're going to do for us instead of slamming the other person? Okay, that person sucks. What are you going to do for me? You know. It's just, I hate news. It brings you down.
I can't believe the prime minister in London quit after 6 weeks in office today. I was shocked to hear something like that.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
They kicked her out after 6 weeks. Only 6 weeks in office, she's out.
Wow,
crazy.
Wow, you know, there's people out there who think they know everything, and they go in there like, this is not what I thought. You know,
it's not like America though, where you're stuck for 4 years. You know, they can vote you right out.
People think that. Oh, I could do Bigfoot hunting. That's easy. I can investigate it. But they don't know the woods. They don't understand that. You can fucking walk not even half a mile and get yourself lost.
Absolutely.
They're not really understanding how to learn how to do
navigate,
north,
yeah,
south,
right.
west, east, you know? And I should tell people, listen, if you never go in the mountains, this might sound stupid. Get a yard string, tie it to a tree when you walk out so you know how to get back. Even as crazy as that, but
trailblaze.
You know what I mean?
Somebody in the woods, Eric, and their compass broke, like they dropped it and it broke on them or something. They wouldn't know how to make another compass out of things in the woods and get themselves home.
Well, because everybody's being relying on phones, right? But they don't understand when you go in the woods, there's not really phone towers out there. You might not get phone reception. So you might have to do the old-fashioned pull out a map and understand the reading on how to get out of places.
Yeah, that's one of the things they say, you know, when you go out is to carry a hard copy map if you can of the area. And I don't know if we talked about this last time, but I heard the new iPhone 14s might have a feature on it where you'll be able to make text messages in these like dead zone areas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I heard that from a pretty reliable source. And this source had recommended actually, you know, they use satellite phones and transmitters and stuff.
Yeah. There's brand new phones that has the ability. You have to turn it on to be able to switch from towers to satellites.
Okay.
And there's an automated system because I had that. I have an iPhone, and my phone wasn't working properly when I first got it because of the satellite function. And because the satellite function and the tower has like two different IPs, and if you don't set it up where it can recognize both IPs, it won't work. And so what you're saying is like they have to make it where your main IP is, of course, the satellite, is the tower. But if you go into the area that the satellite can't be reached, the phone will automatically switch over to the satellite.
Okay.
So it's really cool. And if you're an investigator and mountain people, that will come in handy so much, because most of the mountains, especially Browns over, you know, the north, you know, Oregon and fucking Washington, there's some thick ass woods, and there is no phone towers out there, and all that. But of course, for the tower, you got to make sure you're in a clear spot where you're not covered with trees to block the tower.
Oh yeah.
But that is a fantastic thing that iPhone has been doing.
I put up a video yesterday of a guy in the woods, and a bear goes to attack him. Did you see that video on my shorts yet? Crazy.
Is it on your channel?
Yeah, he got away with his life. Like, he's very fortunate.
Yikes.
Bro.
And really quick, Eric, we're going to talk about the old hag paralysis. So people report this old an old lady, an old hag at the end of their bed during sleep paralysis, man. So look into that, you guys.
Dude,
the old hag.
I was just talking about that. That's what happened to me when I had sleep paralysis.
Wow.
I thought, I told the story before, that an old lady, I couldn't see her, I couldn't move, but I thought an old lady was walking around my coffee table, mumbling to herself, chasing a cat. And I was terrified, bro. Terrified.
Whoa.
But that was my sleep paralysis, like an old hag walking around a table, like, come here, kitty. You can hear it was an old woman. I mean, it's so strange you said that, dude.
And another one that comes to mind is the shadow beings.
I got them too.
Yeah, shadow beings people report during sleep paralysis. And then I've heard some people mention an entity, the succubus. You know, there's incubus and succubus.
Yeah.
That I believe it's one of the two, but I believe it's the succubus that's supposedly, I guess, sitting on your chest or something and stealing your energy or something like that. But yeah, interesting stuff. And I've had several episodes myself, and one was pretty gnarly where I did see some shadow type beings. And that was up in the mountains. And Eric, it makes me want to ask you about your episode. You had it in the mountains. I'd like to know where at some point. We could talk off air about it, because that's interesting, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you know, remember, I'm originally was born and raised in Fresno, California. We go to the Sierra Mountains, the Yosemite Mountains, Eight Zones, the desert parts, the Bass Lake area, and you know, in that area in the Sierra Mountains, that's where we had our Bigfoot encounter and all that.
Yeah, well, you know, that's prime Bigfoot country there, and UFOs, 411 phenomenon,
you know,
all that stuff.
I was actually going to do a special show. Shoot, I can't do a special show on Monday. I am. I'm going to be doing a special show on Monday. But I think it's going to be an actual night show, because I got things today, because I want to show some footages of the Bigfoot conference, and so it's going to be a Bigfoot show Monday night. I want to show the Bigfoot conference, so I might bring all that up. That's God, you put good ideas in my ideas in my head. Now this is Unidentified S4 channel, and
right there, close call with a bear.
Close call with the bear. There it is. So let's check out this bear.
You seen him throw it off the cliff? If he wasn't on that cliff, he would have. He got very lucky right
there, man. And what he's doing,
great job.
The technique that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to scream and yell at the bear. He's doing everything you're supposed to do.
He could have been,
and that's gotta be scary as shit. Now,
and he launched it off the cliff. That's amazing.
Right? Very lucky that cliff was there, man.
He is very lucky, because it's one thing to know how to do something, but to do that when you're scared as shit.
Forget it, man. That's fight or flight.
You know,
dude, did you see how fast it came back up?
Oh yeah,
up
the side of a cliff.
You know,
and then 4 kids got mauled by a grizzly bear the other day too.
Wow.
Did you see that story? They
Mhm.
lived, but they got it bad,
Wow.
man.
you know, one of the things you learn in the Coast Guard is they make you do things over and over and over because there's to help people in tragedy. They try to train you where when you see tragedy, your mind can still focus on what you learned. You can still, like police force, same thing. You know, you're learning through
Repetitive.
tragedy. And what that guy did there is market. I guarantee a lot of people would have folded.
That's pure
He
luck,
probably
though,
would have
Eric.
slipped himself. He could have slipped himself because I don't know, you guys. People know bears they weigh a lot.
They got claws, man. They can grip
Mhm.
onto anything, man. They got incredible strength.
I wish you could rewind because you know the first part of, like you said, like throwing him over.
Amazing.
Like,
He got if he wasn't on that cliff, that would have been a totally different story.
look at that, and he comes back
Right back
several
up.
times. That is just.
And the bear's crying. He's hungry. He wants to eat. He's like, "Come here, little white boy, your lunch."
That is some crazy shit right there. What is that short? Charlie the pup?
Oh, that's my dog. That's
There's
Charlie.
a
I
lady
really-
in my head who calls me Stud Muffin.
Please leave me alone.
There's a lady in my head who calls me Stud.
Oh, there's your ghost and the.
Run! I saw somebody walk by.
You know my favorite part of that, and when you go, because you know that's like you can feel that you're shocked. That's a real response.
That
That's
shook
the
me,
kind
bro.
of stuff that I listen to in a video. Well, when I watch people's videos, I listen to the person because you could tell a lot if it's a bullshit or real by people's response. That's a real reaction. Seeing something that you're not there. Not like, oh, is that a person walking there? You're
No,
like,
that took the wind right out of my sails, man. That shook me right there.
that's a hungry bear. Well, hey, Brown Dwarf, you're out in the woods a lot. Have you ever been almost in a bear type situation that you almost shit at your pants?
Yeah, well, luckily I didn't. But yeah, a bunch of times, bro. And I've been able to document them. I've got them uploaded. I'll send them to you eventually. And yeah, the most recent one, we were in Willow Creek, so that's not far from Bluff Creek, and we were living on this farm up in the hills, and we had a pop-up trailer, and we were taking a break, and we decided to take a nap, and I, like a dummy, put some of my food outside of the pop-up trailer just for a second while I just laid down right quick, and within a few minutes, sure enough, something was out there getting into the stuff, and I seen it was a bear, so I popped the camera out, and I got the footage there too. But
that quick, huh?
yeah, I got lots of bear stuff, and of course we showed the mountain lion last time with S4 on your channel. Remember with Fleer?
Yeah. That was a great
Black
shot.
bears kill more people than grizzlies. Yeah, I've heard that.
So the video where the bear gets close to you, Brown Dwarf, is that called Brown Dwarf Makes Brown Pants? Is that what that video
titled? Almost dropped the Brown Dwarf there.
Well, here's a short that you have on your channel, Brown Dwarf. Sasquatch window peeker. Let's check that out.
Yeah, you see, is that his junk hanging out there? I don't know.
Oh yeah, look at that. Got his furry junk hanging out.
Wow.
So there's a whole story behind that picture there.
What's the story behind it?
So that's from Claudia Ackley. You guys look her up. You probably know who she is. She was a lady that was in the process of suing the state of California for not letting us know, the public know, that there's these creatures out here. And she had an encounter that made the news. I think it might have been national news too. But her property is a little in the outskirts here of Los Angeles. And she got a hold of me. Became friends, and basically she was gonna have Todd Standing come out and help her out with that lawsuit as well. I don't know what happened with all that.
He sued Canada too and lost. Todd Standing.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with all that, but I know he was doing that as well. But anyway, so we got back in.
Uh-oh. I think a brown bear must have got it.
Excuse me, from her property. And yeah, this is a window peeking one. And yeah, some of the other pictures are pretty far out too, man.
This is a happy skate.
Oh, that's the new skate shot.
That's the skate shot.
You're gonna get hit for the music.
Alien. You put that in
Yeah,
here,
watch the music.
You're gonna get hit with the music.
Oh yeah.
There's Mount Shasta.
Beautiful, man.
Yep.
I'm dying to see it.
Yeah, so you can see it from the grocery outlet parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
That is a beautiful sight. I want to go there at night and film that mountain.
I've been there plenty of times.
Can you just park there and go camp out in the woods? Nobody bother you? Yeah.
Yeah, you could, but I don't know if it's legal.
Oh.
But yeah, but I know they do have campgrounds. But no, I know
What do
some
you
spots.
need? What do you need?
It's
A permit?
federal land. It's federal land. So it's the federal council.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now technically, I could camp free of any
Yeah,
federal
your military pass. Yeah.
So you guys just take me and we'll camp for free.
Perfect.
Excellent. When you want to go.
I know. So what do you guys got? First of all, somebody in the chat said they were late to the show. Actually, you're not. Usually I've been doing the show at 10, but I have an appointment at 11:15, so you're not late. But so Brown Dwarf, what do you got? What's I know I probably said it on the last show, but what's your big next investigation that you're really planning to do?
Well, since I'm out here in Los Angeles, we got the Angeles National Forest. My brother and I went up the other night and didn't get too far in, didn't have too much action. And so I want to go back during the day because we have found structures and hair in the area before. I don't know if it's, whose hair it is or whatever, but similar structures that I find up in Northern California and Southern Oregon. So, and there has been tracks and there has been reports out of these mountains. And so, yeah, I'm trying to get out there. The only thing, need to get that gas money.
Yeah.
And we'll be out there. And if we don't make it up to the mountains, we always have Pasadena close by, which is very haunted. And there's a lot of places around downtown LA that are haunted. And Hollywood. And then Queen Mary's over in Long Beach. So, I got options. So we'll be getting into something for sure, hopefully soon. But other than that, I'll be at the shop hanging out.
Well, we all know about my Queen Mary experience. They caught nothing. Caught nothing.
Christ.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
That sucks that you didn't get anything.
I know, but it's still fun. The
It happened.
I'm still there doing it. I mean, I tried it with two different people walking around the whole ship and all that. Go to certain places that's supposed to be the most haunted, but like I said, when you go on these investigations, you're not always guaranteed.
Right.
Next one you might go on there and you might
get
go
nothing.
to the exact same place you're going, and nothing happens that night.
Right.
Sometimes just being there at the right time, right place for whatever reason. It just,
We went there with every expectation of getting nothing. We thought we were going to get nothing, and we got very fortunate on that adventure there, man.
And it's like excitement of getting that one thing that just keeps you going.
Just going on the ground, just being on the grounds and filming and the history and checking everything out is fun. Believe me when I tell you, just the adventure of it is fun.
Oh, learning the background and everything. That is fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
What do you got coming up, Anthony? What do you got coming up?
Ron and I just put the channel up today, Paranormal Detectives. So that's up on YouTube now. So go check that out and subscribe. That's the logo behind me here, Paranormal Detectives. So that's good to go. And I think we're going to go check out a smallpox hospital that was closed down in Long Island. Wow. That's supposed to be like really haunted. I think that's the next adventure with that. And we're also setting something up with Long Island Bigfoot to go on a Sasquatch investigation with him. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday on my show, we'll probably be doing UFOs over Staten Island because I was supposed to do that last Sunday, but then Ron and I got really fortunate with the last the last ghost investigation we were on. So I canceled that show and I put the ghost investigation up.
Wally's World, right there. That's Paranormal Detectives link right there.
Yeah, so come check us out. Paranormal Detectives, brand new. We just dropped just one clip on there right now of the ghost that passes us on the FLIR camera. Ron and I are probably going to go up in a little while and just do like a welcome intro video, let everybody know who we are and what we're about. So that'll probably be after this. And then we'll start uploading the stuff that we got from the first, investigation. And then we'll shortly be going on our second, maybe as soon as next week, the week after.
That is
sweet.
Oh, okay. Somebody.
I love the paranormal, man. I'm hooked.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hooked.
And of course, I told everybody that I'm going to the Bigfoot conference Saturday. I'm leaving Saturday morning, 6 a.m. in the morning to get up there. And the Sea Squatcher is going to be up there. The Gremlin going to get an award.
Eric, do me a favor. While we're live, do you know how to check if you got somebody in your hidden users thing? Because Ron said he was chatting in the chat as paranormal detectives, and he's not nobody's seeing it.
I mean, go to my YouTube studio. I know.
You go in your studio.
Does he think he's blocked?
Yeah, because it's not coming up.
The new channel?
Yeah.
How can a new channel be blocked?
I just chatted because he was chatting with it in the here with us, and he said I just chatted with the link and I can't see. He can't see it, but when he comes in here with Cosmic Notice, he sees it.
I'm looking at the new. I'm on my settings now. I'm looking in the community bar.
Yeah.
Or we'll look at it. We'll look at it.
We'll take care of it, Ron. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, that's Cosmic Never Trust Me. I know how to get to the settings community. I had to do a
because we did a show the other day, and moderators. We had no idea about this. A moderator can put anyone they want, and they can ban you from anywhere. They can go to an old show and do it. They can go be on somebody else's show and do it. We had no idea moderators had that kind of access to do things. But
yes, if a moderator could do so much stuff, and that's why you gotta really trust the people who you got on there.
Yep.
I mean, there's even people that try to fake your own channel. I've
had that done
using my own logo.
Yep, I've had that done too.
It's crazy. But beyond that, guys, I am gonna do a show tomorrow at 10. I don't know what the topic is gonna be yet. I gotta do a few things. I get the script out. But then this weekend I'm going to Bigfoot conference. I'm planning to show the footages of the Bigfoot conference Monday night to everybody. And then,
I can't wait to see the footage from the conference, man.
And then beyond that, I want to thank Brown Dwarf and Anthony to do a show like this, because I know for a lot of people talking about dreams, really, that's we're not talking about Bigfoots and UFOs. We kind of did through that. Some people know they have these experiences, but they can't remember it physically, but they remember a lot of it through their dreams. And what we learned from Anthony is there is techniques to try to learn how to control. It's not guaranteed that you're going to control every dream, but there are techniques to learn to help you understand more of taking control of your dreams.
Absolutely.
And all that. And I know a lot about this because I've Long Island Bigfoot was on my channel before, where we got people trying to help us to deal with PTSD, how to deal with it and all that. So it is something that is useful to learn. If you get a chance, people learn much as you can, because we live in a world that people are stressed out.
Eric, excuse me, you should do a part 2 to this, bro, because I got some experiences related to dreams and the paranormal and Bigfoot and all that. So we could get into some of that stuff too on the next one, man.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely, bro.
Hell yeah. And I love just hanging out with people who are so open-minded to do all this kind of a conversation. It's just, I love it. So beyond that, guys,
with Brown Dwarf,
I'm gonna end the show because I gotta get somewhere in 45 minutes. I want to thank everybody, and then Anthony, I'll show you my settings behind the scenes. Beyond that, guys, have a great freaking weekend.